In the last section, we discussed about PHP object concepts, object-oriented concepts like how to create objects, how to create constructors, okay, using the construct keyword. Then how to create classes, okay. What about encapsulation? Okay, till here we have studied in the last session. So today we'll discuss about inheritance. Okay, so inheritance is similar uh, to your other object-oriented language. Okay, so it is meant for, inheritance supports code reuse. So inheritance enables to create a new PHP class that reuse or extend or modify the behavior that is defined in another PHP class. Okay, so there are different types of inheritance we have. So PHP only allow you to inherit from one class at a time. So this is one of the one thing you have to remember, that it allows you to inherit only from one class at a time. The class that is inheriting from another class is called as subclass, okay, or we call it as a derived class or a child class. And the class from which we are inheriting, okay, that class is called as superclass, or we call it as a base class. Okay, so in PHP, so here we use extend keyword for performing inheritance. Okay, so this is our superclass. Yeah, no, sorry, this is our subclass and this is our superclass. Okay, so superclass is art, or we call it as base class, and subclass is painting, or it is a derived class. Okay, so here we have an example. So this is our superclass. Okay, uh, daddy daddy with the function my method. Okay, so here there is one method, and here there is a derived class, okay, or subclass, which is extending from its superclass daddy. Okay, it is inheriting, the son is inheriting from its daddy class. Okay, and here you can see we are creating the object of son class, that is child, okay, object of this particular class, and using that object we are calling the method, okay, my method, which is available in superclass. Okay, so similar to your other object oriented language. Okay, and here once you execute this my method, okay, it is possible to child to call this method, because it is inheriting, son is inheriting the daddy class. Okay, so it will display the message I am the parent. Okay, so you need not write the same code again even here. Okay, in the subclass you can make use of the class which is there in the superclass, methods that is there in the superclass. So look at this one more. Okay, you can see here what you have to check here is there is two methods. One is my method and you can't method. Okay, and you can see here this one is declared as public, other one is declared as private. Okay, and now you are trying to access you can't method. Okay, since it is declared as private, it will throw you the error. Okay, it will display the error message. Override inherited method in the child. So here we are overriding the inherited method. So here what we have is, so this is our superclass similar to the previous one. Okay, and this is our subclass, and here there is some variables. Okay, there are some variables, and here we have my method. Okay, and you can see here also we have my method. Okay, and here it is displaying, okay, this dot var. So this dot var, where is it? It is called the daddy. Okay, and here we have some other message. Okay, now we are creating the object of daddy class, okay, that is parent. Okay, and using that we are calling my method. Okay, that is this method which will display the variable, okay, the content of the variable, that is call me daddy. Okay, and here we are creating the object of the son class. Okay, and we are calling the method, okay, which is there. Now we are overriding the method. The method, my method, is there both in parent as well as child. Okay, now which one it is referring? It will be referring to the child my method. Okay, so this it will be referring and it will display this message. So here you can see the same method is there in parent as well as in the subclass. Okay, so here this shows how you are overriding the inherited method in the child. So this is the UML diagram. Okay, so this is our superclass and these are our properties. Okay, these are methods, to get method, set method and all. There are different methods, okay, it is not shown, and this shows you the uh, modifiers, access modifiers, public, this is public and this is private. Okay. And here these are, there is one more, okay, this is painting class, and now this notation, okay, this notation is used for inheritance. Okay, this so this parent painting is a subclass which is inheriting from the superclass art. Okay, so this is the inheritance symbol we use in UML. Here you can see here we are creating the object of the subclass. Okay, and using that we are calling the get name and get media, which are, okay, get media and get name, okay, which is defined in the base class, and the one which is defined in the subclass. And formatted protected access modifier. So here this symbol, okay, this symbol is for protected. Okay, plus indicates public, minus indicates private, and hash indicates protected. Okay, now look at this example. Okay, so here we have the main class art, okay, and the base class, yeah, subclass painting. Okay, inside this painting class we have two methods. Okay, this is the method we have, and here you can see you are using parent. Okay, parent you are trying to access, so this is your parent. Okay, this is your subclass, and using this parent, okay, you are trying to access get me, that is here. Okay, it is possible. Okay, from parent you are directly calling, parent is the object of this. Okay, and parent you are again calling this method uh, get original. Okay, so parent is the object of this class. Okay, directly you can access any data type or any method irrespective of their access modifier, everything is allowed. But here you can see the parent is trying to call init. Okay, this is not allowed. Uh, yeah, in some other class you will be having this objects. Okay, P and A. Okay. And so again, neither of this is allowed. Okay, so here from the painting, okay, this is a painting object, and this is art object. Okay. So from the painting, okay, painting object, you're trying to access get original. Okay, get original is declared as protected. So protected is not allowed. Okay, so you can access only the public. Okay. So here you can see, okay, you are trying to access from the art, you are trying to access get original from the different class. This is in the different class. From the same class you can access, but from the different class it is not possible. Okay. And here this is one more example. Okay. This shows the concept of inheritance, okay, using this UML diagram. Painting, cultures are the subclass that comes under the superclass art, and art print is a subclass uh, that belongs to the inheriting from the superclass painting. Okay. And there is an association between art and artist class. Okay. So next is abstract class. Okay. Abstract class. This is also same to your object-oriented language. Okay, you know what is an abstract class. So abstract class cannot be initiated. The abstract class object cannot be created. You cannot create the object of abstract class. Subclasses usually provide implementation of all of the abstract methods that is there in its parent class. Okay. Now here, this is our abstract class. Okay. Art. Okay. And here these are the members we have. Okay. So now here we have subclass painting, which is inheriting from an abstract class art. Okay. Now here we have different methods and functions. Okay, methods and properties. Okay, you can see here from the parent. Okay, this is a parent and this is a child method overriding. Okay. And now you are trying to call get medium. Okay, where is get medium? Okay. So there is one function we are calling. Okay. Again, this is culture class, which is extending from the abstract. Okay. And again, here also we are overriding the toString method. So this will show the implementation of 4 classes. Okay. And how the subclass constructors. Okay, you can see here this is a there are constructors. Okay, which denotes the constructors of a base class, and that many of the setter methods are performing some type of validation. Okay. Now you can see here when we are creating the abstract class, you can see here we have used the keyword abstract. Okay, you can see here we are not using any abstract keyword here and all. Okay, directly we are using class. But here when you are creating the abstract class, you have to use the keyword abstract. Okay, so abstract class cannot be initiated. That you have to remember. Okay. So all other remaining classes other than this abstract class, they are called as concrete classes. Okay. So you can go through the example which is available in the notes. Okay. So in detail, the explanation is given. So the next one is polymorphism. Okay. So polymorphism is nothing but taking many form. Okay. This is one more important object-oriented concept similar to inheritance. Okay. So here you can see here we have draw method. Okay, the same method. Okay, uh, takes a different form, has the ability to take different form. So here we have different implementations. Okay, so this draw method is used for when called using this object, it can perform drawing of a triangle. Here it can draw a rectangle, and here this method can be implemented to draw a circle. So this all methods takes a different form. Now look at this example. So here we have um, yes. Okay. So here we have created the object of artist. Okay. We are creating the object of artist class, and also we are creating two more objects, okay, which is related to painting and sculpture. Okay. So these are the three objects that is created. Same method add work. Okay. So this is the object. Okay. Uh, we are calling the same method and we are passing different parameters. Okay. Same method is called to perform a different task. Okay. So that is what is shown here. With the output it is given here. We are calling. Okay. So here we have same class. Okay. Calculate the task. Okay. So used for some calculation. Okay, maybe it is used for perform area or something. Some calculation you can perform. Okay, so here you can see. So this is our, okay, two different functions which is there in two different class. One is under rectangle. Uh, example you can give. It's not necessary that you have to go for the textbook example. Okay, plan accordingly what example you can give. Okay, because they don't ask this polymorphism in a PHP. So explanation you can write similar to other programming language. Okay, but the program what you write uh, should be should have the syntax of PHP. Okay, so this is about inheritance. You can see here there is a base class, fruits, and there is a subclass of strawberry. Okay, and here we have constructors and functions. Okay, there are two functions, intro and message. And here you can see we are creating uh, the object of strawberry. Okay, and using that object we are calling the message, okay, which is there in the subclass, and also we are calling the method which is there in the parent. Okay. So you can see what is a, so here it is possible to call both the methods. Okay. So first when you are calling message, it is displaying am I a fruit or a berry. Okay. Next when you call the message, function intro, here it will go and here it will display the fruit is strawberry and the color is uh, red. Okay. So whenever you are creating an object, the inheritance will be called, and inheritance will set the value for this name and color. Name is strawberry, which you have passed, and the color is red. So that is what is fetched here. Okay, using this keyword. The only thing is you are using dollar everywhere. Okay, so dollar is used for creating which is called the abstract class interfaces. Interface allow you to specify what method a class should implement. So interface make it easy to use a variety of different classes in the same way. Okay. When one or more classes use the same interface, it is called as polymorphism. So that is the difference between the inheritance and the polymorphism. So here in polymorphism, when one or more classes uses the same interface, that is same method. Okay. So here for creating the interface, we are using the keyword interface. Okay. And this is the interface with the name interface name. And there are three methods. Okay. And here the implementations are given in the subclasses. Okay. So it is similar to the abstract class. The difference is interface cannot have properties. You can see here. There are only methods. Okay, there are no properties like the abstract class. All interface must be public. Okay, interfaces must be public, while the abstract class method is can be either public or protected. Okay, all methods in interface are abstract. That means, okay, you cannot have the implementation here. You can see only you can declare the uh, method. Okay, so they cannot be implemented in the code, and an abstract keyword is not necessary. Okay, here classes can implement an interface while inheriting from another class at the same time. Okay, so here you can see this is an example. The simple example you can view in exam. This is the interface, okay, with the keyword interface. Name of the interface is animal, and we have a method, okay, with no implementation, and it is declared as public. And method name is make sound. Now there is a class cat, okay, which implements, okay, which is implementing animal interface, okay, and now it is right here. You have the implementation code for this method make sound. Okay, meow. Okay, so here now you can see we are creating the object. Okay, we are creating the object of the class cat, and using that object you are calling this make sound. Okay, so like this, okay, you can have different classes to implement this interface differently. Let's see, there is one more example. This is one more example for interface. Okay. Here there is an interface animal. Okay, and here there are how many classes? Cat, dog, mouse. Okay, all these three classes implements the same interface animal. Okay, and they have their own way of implementing the method make sound. Here it is displaying the message meow and bark, and here it is quite. Okay, so here there are three different implementation. Now you are creating the object of three different classes, and using that you are calling directly. You can call, or you can use for each statement to call this same method which is implemented in 3 different classes. Okay. Now when you execute, it will display 3 messages. First this bar and okay. So these 3 different messages are displayed. So here also we have example. I think this example also you can use. You can see here. This is the interface. This is a class, okay, which is using both inheritance and interface. So this is inheritance, okay. That means this is our subclass, okay. This is our superclass, okay. Inheritance using extended keyword, implements for interface, okay. So two things are supported here. Now here you are implementing two methods. One is get png, another one is get size. Okay. So this is UML diagram for interface. You can see how it is defined using this. Okay, you have to write like this interface and write the name of interface. Okay. So here example is available. Okay. So this is the interface. Using in that we have only one method, calculate area, and here circle is having this calculate area for calculating this area of the circle. Here we are having for calculating the area of the rectangle which is there in the rectangle class. Okay, there are constructors are available. When you create the objects and you call, okay, using that object, this two interface, okay, it will display this result. You can try to execute this. Okay, here only you can copy the paste, copy the code and execute here. Okay, try to execute this. Okay, here only you can paste it and execute it. So the next chapter is error handling and validation. Very simple chapter. So in error handling and validation, the first thing is you are going to study about.
Ma'am,
Yes.
PPT isn't visible. I don't know if it is for me or for everyone else.
What about others?
It's
It's not
not
visible.
visible.
Not visible. So I will log out and sign in again. Okay. Are you able to see the screen now?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Okay. So just if you have missed any points, please go through the recorded video I'll be uploading. Okay. And so here, so moving on to the next chapter, error handling and validation. So here you are going to study about what are the errors and exceptions we have in PHP. What are the different ways you can report the error in PHP? And last thing you are going to study about PHP error and exception handling. Okay. So this till here, okay, till this much you have for your second internal. Okay, this chapter is not included for your second chapter. Okay, so in module 4 we have 3 chapters. So we have included first 2 chapters. Okay, and this one chapter is included in the for the third internal, because in the fifth module you are going to study some advanced concepts, okay, like jQuery and all. So you may get confused, okay, with the JavaScript or PHP syntax. Okay, so that is why. So this last chapter we will be keeping it for third internal. Okay. So moving on to the first topic, errors and exceptions. Okay. So there are three types of errors in PHP. So first one is expected errors. Okay. Warning. Okay. Another one is fatal errors. Okay. There are three types of errors. Okay. So first let us look at the expected errors. Okay. So expected errors are the errors that occurs as a result of user input. Okay. Now you can notice in this is a query string. Okay. So you can notice here. So query string is, we already know that it is in the form of name and value pair, correct? Separated by ampersand. So here we will be having name and value pair separated by ampersand. Now you can, if you observe here, you have ID is equal to 0 and the name one you don't have any value here. Okay, value is missing. Okay, so this is called as expected error. Okay, so here now if you go for uh, is set, okay, is set is a method, it is used to check whether this particular, okay, name ID is having any value. Now if you see here, ID is set to 0, correct, so it will return true. Okay, similarly if you check name one is not having any value. Okay, so notice that a missing value of for a parameter is still considered to be is set. Okay, so here, if you see here, okay, even though you run this, okay, so it will return you the answer true. Okay, so next one is again, if you run other three, okay, it will return you true. Okay, now if you go for this last one, okay, name for, okay, do we have anything such name for? We don't have anything like name for, right? So this one will return you false because we don't have any query string. In the query string we don't have anything like name for, so this will return you false. Okay, notice that only the missing parameter name is considered to be not is set. Okay, so this is how your is set function will work. Okay, so ESET function will check for whether the existing of this name, existence of this names. The ID is available, okay, true. Name 1 is also there, true. Name 2 is there, name 3 is there, name 4 is not available. That is why it will return false. So look at here. This is one more. Okay, how you can check, how you can handle expected errors. Okay, so this if you see, okay, empty. Okay, empty. So here it is checking whether ID is empty. No, it is having value. Correct. Next, it is checking name one is empty. Okay. So notice that a value of 0 is considered to be empty. If you see here, this is a function. Okay. Empty is a function uh, that will consider the value is empty. If it is value is 0, okay, if the ID is having 0, then it will consider it as empty. Then, okay, empty, okay, we are checking this empty function, okay, whether this ID is empty. Since it is 0, it will return you true. Yes, it is empty. Okay, so this may be an issue if 0 is legitimate value in the application. So this will become a problem. Okay, when this is a valid answer. Okay, if ID this is a valid answer, then this result what you are getting is actually not a valid result. Okay, now check this empty. So whether this name one is empty, yes, name one is empty, it is not having any value. Yes, it is returning false. Now check this name 2, whether it is empty. No, it is not empty, so it returns false. Name 3, whether it is empty. No, Notice that the value of a space is considered to be not empty. Now here you have percentage 20. What is this percentage 20? Percentage 20 is nothing but a space. Okay. If you are giving a space, okay, sometimes what happens when the user asks you to enter your name, okay, possibility that you will leave it just a space and you will skip it. Okay, you just type a space bar. At that time, what happens? It will fetch the answer percentage 20. Now this space, okay, is considered to be not empty. Okay, next one is name for whether it is empty. Okay, now we don't have anything such name for, so that is why it returns true. Okay. Now look at this example. Get ID. Okay, so get, it is a global array that we discussed in the previous session, like get post and get array, get get set, I mean dollar get and dollar post. Okay, so these two are used to fetch the value. Okay, so this is for get method and this is for post method. Now if I write dollar underscore get and the bracket ID, okay, what is the value it is getting? It will get you this value, the value which is stored for the ID name. Okay, with the name ID, that value will be stored in the variable ID. Now you are checking whether it is empty, or whether it is empty, okay, of dollar ID. So since it is, okay, it is true, it will return you 0. 0 means it will return true. So not of true, it will become false. Okay, and is numeric, you are checking. So this is one more function. Okay, is numeric, so whether the value that is 0 is a number. Okay, so yes, it is a number, it returns true. Okay, so use a query string since exists and is a numeric value. So next type of error is warning. Okay, so which may or may not be displayed. Okay. Warning may or may not be displayed, but uh, but will not halt the execution of page. Okay, so I think you might have encountered this while executing your C program. Correct. You will not be getting any valid result. Okay, but sometime it will show you the warning message. Sometime it will not show you the valid warning message, but it will give you some result which is not expected. Okay. For instance, you are calling a function without any required parameter, will generate a warning message, okay, but it will not stop the execution of the program. Okay. So last type of error is fatal errors. Okay. So this fatal error, what it will do, it will terminate, okay, unless handled in some way. So required input file is missing. So it will show you the fatal error. Database table or a database field is disappearing or it is not there. Particular table is not there. Okay. So in that case, these are the examples for fatal errors. Okay. The next one is exceptions. Okay. So this is one more. So we are studying this in detail. Okay, about exception. Okay. So what is an exception? It is an error. Okay, error is a defect in the code. Okay, the error need to be resolved. Okay, you have to resolve the errors. Okay, what is an exception? Exception refers to the object that is of the type exception. Okay, so exception we are creating, in exception we are creating the object. Okay, that is of the type class exception, which is a building class. Okay, so it is used. Okay, if you might have come across with try, catch, throw, and all. Okay, so in the object oriented concept. So here also, along with exception, you will be using try, catch. Okay, when dealing with the runtime errors. Okay, so we will discuss this in detail. So the next topic is PHP error reporting. Okay, how PHP will report the error. PHP has a flexible and customizable system for reporting warnings and errors that can be set programmatically at the runtime or declaratively at design time with a file called as php.ini. So this is a file which is used for dealing with the errors or warning messages. Okay. So you can make changes to this file, okay, for displaying warning or error messages. So this is a file which is a configuration file. So this is a configuration file for running application that requires PHP. Okay. So it is used to control variables such as loaded size of the file timeouts, error reporting, or resource limits. Okay, let's see whether this file is available. Here you can see, okay, under the XAMPP you have this files, okay, php.ini file, which are all configuration files, okay, so that can be modified for displaying the errors. Okay. Here. Okay, so these are files which is available in XAMPP. Okay, now here this file php.ini file, okay, uh, there are three main types of error reporting flags inside this php.ini. Okay, so error reporting, so there are three main error reporting flags. The first flag name is, the first one is error underscore reporting flag. Next one is flag name is display errors, and the third flag name is log errors. Okay, so here we'll discuss in detail these three. So first one is error reporting. Okay. So here in PHP we can quickly see all the errors. Okay, if you want to see all the errors, you inside this PHP ini file, what you have to do is you have to add a line. Okay, it is by default it is available. Okay, this line you have to add error underscore reporting. Okay, and you can use these three constants. Okay, so this if you are using, or you can view even this value, okay, or you can view this constant value. Okay, it will describe all the errors and warnings. If you are giving this, then it will report only fatal runtime errors. Okay, and if you are going for this, it will display warning messages. Okay, report all non-fatal runtime errors, that is warning. And if you are setting it 0, okay, if you are giving this as 0, then it will not display any error message. Okay, so you can also set within PNI file. Okay, you can also write it like this. Okay. Here you can see here, this is a code. Okay, so in the file what you can do, in the code you can do like this, error underscore reporting. Okay, so this will turn off all the error reporting. Suppose if you are giving like this, okay, then it will report all runtime errors. Suppose if you write it like this, it will give display all types of errors. Okay. So this also can be used. Okay. So this is same as the previous this. Okay. And here it will report all the errors expect key notice. Okay. So there are three. These are the different types. Okay. Or even in the file, what you can do in the PHP file, you can write it like this. Okay. So this is also possible. There are two ways. This is in your code. This is in your PHP code file in which you want to handle the error. Okay. This is inside your configuration file. This change you have to do. Okay. Next one is display underscore errors. Okay. So display underscore error, you have to write in the code like this. Okay. So if you set it to 0, init underscore set display errors 0. Okay. You can write it like this if you don't want to display any error. It can also be set inside. So if you want to do it within this configuration file, you can write a line here, display error off. Okay. Or you can also change it to this. Okay. Display error on. Okay. Next one is log errors. So in the log error, whether the error message should or should not be sent to the server log file. So this is one more error handling flag. Okay, log error. So here, if you want to send it to the error log file, okay, then you have to write it like this. So in the program, okay, in the program or in the code file, how you have to write in ini set log error 1. Okay, so this built-in function can be used, or in the phini file, that is configuration file. Okay, so what change you have to do? You have to write log underscore errors is equal to on. Okay, so this is change you have to do. So there are different settings. Error constants, all error. Okay, you can see all the constants. All these are available here. Okay, in the configuration file, you can see here. Error underscore reporting is equal to key all. So this, if you change, okay, you can make a change here. Okay, if you don't want to display any error. Okay. Similarly, you have for log files. Log errors is equal to here. You see, log error is equal to on. Okay. So this will send it to the log file. Okay. So here in the code you have to change if you want to send it to the error log file. You have to change it to log error is equal to on. If you don't want, you have to write it as off. Okay, you can write it as off if you don't want to deal with the errors. So here, if you want to change it to some other file, okay, you want to change it to some other file, then what you have to do, you have to write it like this. You need to set error log, okay, and give the name of the log file, okay, different log file if you want to. This is you are created this log file, you can give the name of this file and the exact path you can give. So you can also write it here also, error log, and give the new path. Okay, this is a new path you can specify. And you can programmatically send a message to the error log. So if you want to give your own message to the log file, so what you can give, you can write it as error log, okay, dollar message. This is you have defined this message, some horrible error has occurred. Okay, so this is how you can send the message to the system error log file. So this is the default message you are sending, okay, to the default error log file. Okay, suppose if you want to send an email, okay, you want to send this message, okay, to an email, you have to write it like this. So message one, and give the give the this one ID, okay, from which ID to which ID you want to send the email. Okay, and similarly, if you want to send a message to a particular file, okay, so this is will send to the default log file. If you want to send it to any particular file, log file, then you can write it here, the path of the log file. You can see here, this is 0, this is for 1 for email, and 3 is for sending message to the particular file. So the next topic is PHP error exception handling. So here, now this will continue in the next session. Okay.